What's up, pups? How you guys doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So today I have another review video for you guys, and this time it's a little girly, so if you're a guy and you're not interested in makeup, you're more than welcome to click away. I understand. But if you're a girl, stick around. We're gonna get girly. Alright, so I am sure that some of you remember that I did a clothing review on Oasap a couple weeks ago, and Oasap contacted me after I made the review and wanted to supply me with their new makeup line to review some products and to show them to you guys. So they just started selling makeup products on their website. They've pretty much predominantly been just clothing, shoes, accessories. Now they're branching out into makeup. And supposedly the makeup is supposed to be very high quality. So they've sent me a few items to just review myself and share with you guys. And that's what I plan on doing. The first thing that I'm going to show you guys is this brush kit that I got. It comes in this like pink, shiny pink, feels like vinyl almost. Smells like vinyl. And you get all of these brushes. Now, I think on their website, this cost $14. And I cannot think of one store or one brush that you can get for less than $14 if you're shopping at Sephora and Ulta. Of course, if you're going e.l.f., I understand, that's great. I use e.l.f. brushes myself because they range from $1 to $3. However, I will be the first person to attest, you really do get what you pay for with e.l.f. brushes. I've had this brush like maybe a month. I understand I can still use this brush, it's just the principle of it falling apart and the bristles fall out. Unless you're going to Sephora and spending $48 on a blush brush, which that's a whole other story. You shouldn't be doing that because brushes aren't meant to be kept forever. They're meant to be discarded and purchased anew because they can get bacteria and stuff. Whatever. If you're interested in that, look it up. I'm not joking. You shouldn't keep your brushes for more than 4 to 5 months maximum, and that's if you're cleaning them. So, okay. So considering all of that, the fact that this is $14, you get all of the brushes that you might need for any application of makeup. 14 bucks, you could literally throw this out in 3 months and buy another one, and 14 bucks, like I said, is still less than you would pay for one brush at Sephora or Ulta. So of course immediately when I opened it, I was like a little nervous just because the quality of the bristles matters a lot to me. I know that some people care, some people don't. For me, it does. I like very soft brushes. I don't like to feel like I'm putting something rough on my skin because I have very sensitive skin to begin with and I break out super easy. And these brushes are so soft. This is a perfect bronzing brush. Not sure if you guys are big into like different brushes like I am, but I use a brush almost for everything that I do. Okay, so just to give you guys a quick run through, and I'm sure I'm gonna get some of these wrong. I'm only telling you what I use these brushes for. So this I'd probably use as a powder or maybe even a blush brush if I want a very light blush look. Definitely a bronzing brush right here. This is a foundation brush that, or at least I would use it as a foundation brush. Then we have 3 different eyeshadow brushes. This I also use as a bronzer. However, you can use a fan brush for many different things. I like this for bronzing sometimes, especially if I'm using a bronzer that has what's it called? Glitter in it or like a sheen. Usually when I'm doing matte, I'll use the more angled brush because it can contour the way that I'm not good at explaining makeup, I'm sorry. And then we have a couple more of these little fine line brushes. We have some eyeliner brushes and more eyeshadow brushes, and then an eyeshadow stick applicator. We have a eyebrow brush, 2 different ones, at least that's what I would use both of those for. So you get a pretty decent amount of brushes for $14, and it's pretty convenient because then you can just roll it back up and tie it and you're ready to go. So I will honestly use this as a travel kit because I have my daily brushes that I use, but this is fantastic if I ever travel and I don't want to have to pack up all of my brushes because I keep all of mine in a Harry Potter coffee mug in my bathroom. That's what I do. So, perfect travel brush kit. Next, these 2 items are sort of one and the same. However, I'm really big into like matte eyeshadows and very neutral colors. I used to like wearing crazy colors when I was younger. Now, not so much. I try to like stick to what looks best with my skin tone and my eye color and my hair color, and I try not to go a little overboard with anything. So, they sent me this color palette. Now, this looks like something that you would buy from Smashbox or MAC. I haven't tested any of these colors yet, but I'm going to do a couple swatches on my hand just to demonstrate. So let's just grab a couple of different colors. Okay, so I'm gonna have trouble trying to show you what colors I just swatched, obviously, but I swatched these three, this turquoise, this silver, this charcoal color, this red color right here, and this bronzy looking color right here, which I know it's hard. There are like a lot of bronzes. This is a super neutral palette and I love it. There's so many colors to work with. Now, not every color on this palette is matte. There's a mixture of matte and shimmer shadows on this palette, which is great. Okay, so there's the colors. Sorry, I'm terrible at swatching things, but there's that red. The turquoise is a little bit lighter. The charcoal is really dark. The silver is super pretty, and that bronze is pretty. So the colors are definitely vibrant, especially that red right there. It's super vibrant. Okay, so this is an 88 color palette. There are 88 colors here, which is insane to think about, but there's 8 down and 11 across. And then I got another palette. So this is actually almost all matte colors. I think save for this color right here, this color right here, and that color right there. Those are the only shimmers on this palette. So this is an all matte palette. And let me see if I can give you an example. These colors are very, very light. So they're definitely not as pigmented as these colors. When I try to swatch them, they actually come off so light that you can barely see them. Mind you, this is the first time that I'm swatching it. I haven't used any of these things. I'm reviewing it with you firsthand. So this palette, I'm not as happy with, and I think this palette costs $7, and I want to say the 88 color palette costs like $11. They could be even less expensive. I don't really remember. However, if you're gonna go with one of the palettes, these colors are also available in this palette. So, I mean, just looking at them in comparison, like, there's a lot of the same colors in both of these palettes. So, I don't think, given the choice, I would purchase this palette. I would definitely purchase the 88 color palette, so maybe steer clear of this one. Yeah, because the colors are so faint that you can't even see them swatched. Like these you can at least see from afar. This you can't see at all, like barely. I think you can just kind of make out this bronze color. So maybe not so much this palette, but definitely the 88 color palette is fantastic. Okay, and the last thing that I'm reviewing is this lipstick. Now, I have to confess, I opened the lipstick prior to this video because I really wanted to see the packaging because it's a cat. It's so cool. Momododo lipstick. By the way, all of these brands are Asian, so it's Korean, Chinese, Japanese makeup brands. So this is a cat stick. And the color I picked is like a coral color. And just to give you a swatch, ooh, it's really pretty. So that's the color. It definitely looks different than it does when it's on the stick, but it's a really pretty pink color, and I'm excited to wear this. Ooh, I got it on my camera. No! Another confession. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm in focus or out of focus again. Another confession. This lipstick does not smell the greatest. Like, it doesn't... You know how... Okay, so you know how, like, some lipsticks, like MAC lipsticks and Lime Crime lipsticks, they smell, like, very sweet, like cupcakes almost, or cake. This doesn't smell very good at all. It kind of smells like crayons, to be honest. So it's very, very crayon-y, waxy smelly. However, the color looks super pigmented and super matte, and I like that about it. So it's one of those things that I would just kind of not acknowledge that my lips smell like crayons and wear it for the color. And I believe this lipstick was like $3, so it's pretty good. It's a kitty lipstick, kitty lipstick, it's a kitty lipstick. If you're interested in checking out the makeup items, I will leave the link down below to the website, and I'll link to all of these products so you guys can check them out for yourself. I would say the best products out of this are definitely the 88 color palette and the brush set, just because the brushes are fantastic quality, which surprised me, and the colors from the palette are so pigmented, so I definitely think those are some great ideas for purchases. Anyway, if this is the first video that you're seeing of mine, hi, I'm Kayleigh. You should subscribe by hitting this red button right here or the red button down below, and we can become best friends forever. Links to my Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram are also down below. I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Peace out, Trouts.